Okay. I played cricket in 10th standard. That is also time. I played cricket last year. That would also be time. So whenever you have a time given, then you simply use simple past. I played cricket in 10th standard. Okay. You can even give a time period like between this year and this year, between 1990 and 2010. I played cricket in these 2 years, between these 20 years. Okay. So simple rule, when a time is given, you're going to use the tense simple past. Okay, now let's come to the next sentence, present perfect. In present perfect, we don't write I played cricket. I will have to write I have played cricket. I have played cricket. Okay, so now when do we use this, honey? When do we use this?
When we do not know the time.
When we do not know the time. So I just want to tell you, I have done this thing. I have played cricket. I don't want to tell you when. I don't care about when. Here, the importance is that I've done the task. I'm not telling you when did I do it. I don't care about that. मैंने, if I had to do this in Hindi, इसका मतलब है मैंने क्रिकेट खेला था इस साल और इस साल के बीच में. मैं क्रिकेट खेल चुका हूं. कब खेला था? Not important. In this sentence, it's not important when. You just want to tell someone this has been done. आज से पहले हुआ है, कब हुआ है, doesn't matter. ये हो चुका है. अभी नहीं हो रहा है. Is it clear? Present perfect is clear. No time is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the third tense is I had played cricket. This is past perfect. When do we use this? Honey?
Sir, when the time is do not given.
And?
In the past.
Yes.
In the past.
In the past. So this is also in the past. What's the difference between the second and the third one? Present perfect and past perfect. Okay. Let me clarify. In past perfect also we don't know the time, but we know a time before which it happened. For example, I know something like before 1940. So I can't say that, okay? I'm too young to say that. But let's imagine I said before 2000. So I had played cricket before 2000. 2000 is just a time. It happened before that. I still don't know when I played cricket. I had played cricket before 2000. So before this year, I had done this. I still don't know when I did it. Time is not mentioned, but one time is mentioned, which tells me iske pehle hua tha. It happened before that. So now I want you to understand the difference in the three tenses. This is time is given, exact time when it happened. This is time is not given. It happened before present, but you don't know when it happened. Here, again, time is not given in the sense that you don't know when it actually happened. You don't know when the action happened, but a year is mentioned before which it happened. But some time is mentioned before it happened. So these are the three tenses, and they are absolutely important in the map. If we don't cover them, we will always get the map wrong. So I'm going to ask you now something. So let's imagine I tell you, I played cricket, like this is the year 1990. I played cricket this year. How would I start which tense would I use? Simple past, present perfect, past perfect. Like 1990. This is when I played cricket. Which tense?
Simple past tense.
Simple past tense. Why?
Because perfect time is given, sir.
Yes, time is given 1990. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's imagine now. I have this year present, and I played it before the present. I don't know when. I played it before this year, anywhere. I don't know when. It can be anywhere. It is on this line. So which tense will I use?
Present perfect.
Present perfect. And let's imagine I'm giving you 2010. I played this before 2010, but I'm not telling you when. Before 2010, but not when. So which tense?
Past perfect.
Past perfect. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now how does it matter? Let's look at let's look at this diagram for maps. I want to teach you the usage now. Why did I teach all that? Let's abhi tak, I would say abhi tak if I've not taught you how to use them in real life and where is it required, then it's no use. Okay. So can you see in 1950 there's a car park here? Can you see that, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And in 2007 there is no car park. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I have a question with all of you. When did this car park when was this car park removed? Can you tell me which year was this car park removed?
Between
We don't know
1950 and
actually.
2007.
Between 1950 and 2007. Yes. So you know the time, right?
Not actual time.
No, but you know a time in a way, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So you know it happened between 1950 and 2007. So I would write, okay. I would write a car park was built. Which year?
1950.
Between which year?
1915
And
2007.
2007. Perfect. Okay. I can't write. I don't know why. Just hold on 1 second. Yes, that's fine now. Nope. Okay. Just give me 1 second. No, why is it not working? Okay. Okay, it's working now. Let me remove it. Okay. So, I can't write it there, but I'll write it here. So a car park was built between 1950 and 2007. Is it clear for everyone?
It was removed or it was built?
It was removed, yes. Is it clear? And you know the exact time. That's why we are using which tense? Simple past?
Past perfect.
No,
Yeah,
not
it's-
past
it's-
perfect. You know the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
It happened between
Yeah,
which
yeah.
years?
Mm,
1950
1950 and 2007.
7. Okay. Now let me change the sentence. I'll write it in a different way. And it should be the car park because we know which car park. Okay. So let's make it the car park. Okay. And I want to say the same thing. Was removed by 2007. Now, what do I mean here? What do I mean by this sentence? Can someone tell me? What am I trying to say? That the car park was removed? When?
2007.
By 2007. What does it mean by 2007?
Exact time.
No, by
In between 1950 2007.
No, I didn't say in between. No, I just wrote by 2007. So what does by 2007 mean?
Time
Till
is not
2007.
clear.
Yeah, before 2007. Is it clear?
Yeah.
I'm not telling you when it happened. I'm just telling you it happened when? Before 2007.
2007.
By means before that year. Is it clear? I'll change it. Let me make it before 2007. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this sentence is wrong. Why is it wrong? Because now I don't know which time it happened. I'm writing that the car park was removed before 2007. I cannot use was removed. Why can't I use
Because-
was removed? Because I don't know the exact time when it was.
Removed.
So which tense I have to use? Let me
Past
clarify.
perfect.
Past perfect.
Past perfect.
Yes. Now you understand the difference. The way I write makes all the difference. If I write it like this, I'm going to use simple past. If I write like this, I'm going to use past perfect. Is it clear? both of them mean the same thing ultimately, but the tense will be changed. Why is this tense like this? Because I'm saying it had been removed before 2007. I'm not telling you which year it actually happened. Here, I'm giving you a time. This happened between this year and this year. Now you know the exact time. It's a very broad time, but it is a time. You know the time frame. It happened in between those years. Here, I don't know when it actually happened. Is it clear? Why am I using past
Yes,
perfect here?
sir.
Why I'm using simple past here?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. I understand.
Okay. Okay. So this is something that you have to learn now. Now let me change something. Now let me change. Let's take this one. Okay. So here we have a flower patch, right? Flower garden, and in 1980, and at present, instead of the flower garden, what is there?
Playgrounds.
Playground.
Oh,
Okay. So
playgrounds.
yeah, so there's a playground. So this flower garden has been replaced by a
Playground.
playground. Okay, now think about it. I can tell you when it happened. When did it actually happen? Can you give me a time frame?
Between 1980 and 2023.
Yes,
After
between
1980.
yeah, yes.
It's we use simple past.
Okay. Between 1980 and present, yes, we use simple past. So we can say the sentence as the flower garden
The flowers was removed in 1980.
was replaced by a
A
playground
playground
between
between
the
1980
and
2023.
yeah, and 2023, between the 2 years over the given period. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me change the sentence. I just want to tell you that this flower garden has, it was like a playground was built at the place of the flower garden. I'm not telling you when. I'm not telling you any time period. So I want to say the flower garden replaced by a playground. I'm not telling you when it happened. So which tense will we use?
Present perfect.
Present perfect. So what will we write here before
Has
replace?
been.
Has been. Very good. Now this clarity you need to all get. If you're not clear here, we can take it slow. But this part needs to be clear. I'll tell you what happens in the exam also. And what do students end up writing if I don't teach you this thing. Okay. So clarify what am I using, when am I using. It's not that complicated. We are going to make it complicated. Let's not make it complicated. Okay. So when I give you a time, how do I give you a time? Between this year and this year, I'm giving you a time. When you give me a time like that, you're going to use which tense?
Simple past.
Past.
The past. Okay. When I just write by 2007, I'm telling you something happened before 2007. I don't know the time. Which tense?
Past perfect. Past
Past.
perfect.
Very good. And when I'm giving you a time, like I'm not giving you time, it happened before present. I'm just giving you it has been done. So which tense?
Present
Present perfect.
Present perfect. And if I write like that between 1980 and the current year, then I'll write what? Which tense?
Simple
Past.
past.
Simple past. Because again, I'm giving you a time between 1980 and 2023. Now, are you clear with these three ways I've written the sentence?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you have to perfect it like that. You have to change. This is also the way you bring variety. You don't need to always use past perfect. You can also use simple past. You can also use past perfect, simple past, and you can also use present perfect. You can use both. But the way you write your sentence makes all the difference. Okay. So moving forward, now I'll go with I'll start with the very beginning. How do I write my map? Okay, so the first thing I do when I start the map is I write the introduction. How do I write the introduction? See, for all the other graphs, I'll tell you, read the question, read the question, read the question. Generally in maps, I don't ask you to pay too much attention to the question because I have a fixed way of writing the introduction. Why have I made a fixed way? Because I don't want to spend too much time on my introduction. So I'll tell you how I write my introduction. It's a very simple way. Once you understand it, you'll do it. Okay, so we have a map of which place? Tell me. This is a map of which place?
Portland.
Portland. Portland. And the map is given for which year?
1950 and 2007.
And 2007. So what I end up writing in my introduction is that the map gives us the layout. It shows us the layout of Portland in which year?
1950.
Okay. And then I'll end up writing, and it also shows the changes which had happened till which year?
2007.
I don't write it. See, there are two ways I can write. First of all, I can simply write, it shows me the plan layout of Portland in 1950 and the layout in 2007. I can write that. There are two layouts, one layout for 1950, one for 2007. I don't write like that. I write, the map shows me the layout of 1950, Portland's layout in 1950. And it also shows me the changes that occurred by this year, Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so first year ka layout, the layout of the first year, and the changes that had occurred till the second year. Is it clear? Okay, I'll write it once so that you get it, and then you're going to write for the second question. Okay, the maps illustrate. Just hold on. Okay, so getting back to it. So maps illustrate the layout of Portland in the first year. And the first year is which year? 1950. And the changes that had occurred by 2007. Is my introduction clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So can you tell me why did I write had occurred?
Because time is given, but it is not certain.
Yes. What time is given? Can you tell me? What have I written?
By 2007, sir.
So it happened before 2007, but I've not mentioned exactly when.
Yes.
Yes. Good. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. So now I'm going to change this and you're going to make the changes accordingly. I'm going to write this in another way. The maps illustrate the layout of Portland in 1950 and the between 1950 and 2007. Now let's see all your understanding between 1950 and 2007. I want this to be filled.
And the changes occurred between.
Okay, very
That
that occurred. That occurred. Is it clear? Why did I write this? Changes that occurred. Now, can someone explain? Can someone explain this?
Yes, sir. Simple past tense we will use here because time is given between 1950 and 2007.
Okay, very good. Perfect. Now, she understood it perfectly. Are others also understanding this thing, or should I slow it down? Are you clear with all of you clear? Why did I write this?
Yes. Sir,
Yes.
clear.
Okay. If someone wants it, please write it in the chat. I'll explain it again. Okay. Just hold on. I'm sorry, my dogs are in a bad mood today. Okay, let's go. Now you're going to write for this one. So what's the map? It's the map of a ground play. It's the map of a park. So I've given you. Please write me the introduction. Okay, Rajveer, I'll explain again. Just hold on. Okay. Okay. So Till then, till I explain, I want others to do one thing. I'm explaining for Rajvi. For those of you who've understood, please type in the chat. I want you to write the introduction for this one. It's the map of a park. Okay. So park. I want you to write the introduction. Only two things you need, 1980 and now. So that's it. So 1980 and now, other things you don't need. Okay, write the introduction till then. Okay, Rajveer, how do I write my introduction? The first part is really simple. I write the maps, illustrate the layout, and then you write the place name. For example, the place name was Portland. In the second case, it was the layout of a park. So I would have written the layout of a park. Which layout? In 1950. So the layout of the park in this year, layout of Portland in the first year. So simple. See, the layout of Portland in which year? 1950. That's it, nothing else. Okay. After I'm done here, then I write and the changes that now I have a problem. When did those changes occur? Let's think about when did these changes occur? When did these changes occur? So either you give the time. When did these changes occur? Between this year and this year, or you can imagine the changes that had occurred before which year? 2007. Either I can write the changes that occurred between 1950 and 2007, or I can write the changes that occurred before 2007. Okay. I hope it's clear. I can write the changes that occurred before 2007, or I can write the changes that happened between this year and this year. Now let's write both of them. Okay. So I write the changes that had occurred by 2007. Now here I write by 2007 because I'm not mentioning the exact time when the changes are happening. When did those changes occur? I don't know. Right? But in this case, you know when the changes occurred. The maps illustrate the layout of Portland in 1950 and the changes that occurred between this year and this year. So when I'm writing between this year and this year, I'm going to write the word occurred because I'm writing simple past. I know the time. Here, the time is between 1950 and 2007. Here, I don't know the time. I just know it happened before 2007. So I'm going to write had occurred by 2007. It's the way you write. Right? So, यहाँ पे time पता है 1950 and 2007 के बीच में हुआ है. Here we don't know the time, so that's why I'm writing like that. Is it clear now? Is it better? I hope it is. I'll explain in Hindi later if it's okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Now you've all made the answers for this. Okay. So Priya has written the one. Priya has written, let's read it out aloud for everyone. The map. First of all, Priya, I would want you to write the word maps. You can also write the map, but see, there are two maps. You can consider it maps also. It's fine. Let's not focus on this. The maps illustrate the layout of a car park in 1950. The year is wrong, but that doesn't matter. And the changes that have occurred till now. It's perfectly written. She has written till now. Till now, matlab abhi tak. She has not given me the time. That's why she's written present perfect. Okay. The given maps illustrate the layout of a car park in 1980 and also show the changes that had occurred till now. Why had occurred, honey? Why did you use had occurred? Which is the second year? Past or now? So what should it come here? What should come here? Correct it. You know what should come here.
Sir, occurred.
No, no, till now, abhi tak. Abhi tak ka matlab, when did they happen? You don't know the time. So you're
Yes,
going to
sir.
make present perfect. Make present perfect here.
Okay, sir. Has, sir.
Has
Has.
or have?
Occurred.
Has or have? Think.
Changes have been occurred.
Have occurred. Have been occurred नहीं occurred की जगह have occurred. Is it clear? अच्छा.
Yes, sir.
एक और गलती हो रही है. Been आ रहा है occurred के साथ. वो भी मैं I'll clarify occurred. Very good. Jasmine, have occurred आना है. Right. The given maps illustrate the layout of a car park and the changes that took place till now. Very good. That occurred between 1980 and till present. Between 1980 and present. ठीक है, that's also right, Preeti. Okay, जब मैं वो वाला लिखता हूँ ना present वाला, I write it like that. I'll show you all the two types. So the maps illustrate the layout of a park in 1980 and the changes that occurred. Okay, when did they occur? I'll write over the last how many years? 1980 to 2023. Can someone do math? How many years is it? 23 years now and 20 years before that. 23 plus 20 is how many years? 43.
33.
43. 20 plus 23, right? 23 till
Yeah,
2000.
43.
Yes, that occurred in the last 43 years. Is it clear? I've given you the time. This happened in the last 43 years. Okay. Or the way you wrote, the maps illustrate the layout of a park in 1980 and the changes that have occurred till now. Is it clear for everyone? I'm going very slow. If both of them are clear, tell me. Otherwise, I'll explain. If you're stuck somewhere. This is which tense? Present perfect. We don't know the time. This is simple past. We know the time in the last 43 years. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, moving forward, let's move to the next one. Okay, now let's come to the overall. What do I write in the overall? Okay, so the first sentence I write in the overall is the changes. I talk about that this area. What's the name of the area? Place? Portland. Okay, is there someone who doesn't understand Hindi? If you can't, please tell me.
Me,
Okay,
I
Nuria does.
don't know Hindi.
Okay, I'll talk in English then. So I write that this place witnessed many changes over the past years. So this place witnessed many changes over the given period. So that's what I'm going to write. So there were a lot of changes seen in this place. That's what we are writing. Okay. The name of the place is Portland. So that's what I write my first sentence. It's a simple sentence. Overall, it can be seen that Portland underwent many changes over the given period. Okay, now someone is going to explain why did I use the word underwent? Tell me, why underwent? What does underwent mean? Pehle to I'll ask the meaning. Underwent means
Intentional?
sorry.
Intentional? I don't.
No, underwent means it. Can someone explain? Does anyone know?
Went through changes, like
Went
changes
through
happen.
this. Changes happen, went through, witnessed. You can witnessed. You can see actual में जो meaning है ना गुजरा था. अब in Hindi the meaning is like it witnessed. हुए थे बहुत सारे changes it experienced. Underwent means experienced in a way. So Portland experienced many changes over the given period. Underwent. Okay. Now I have a yes, changes hona, underwent hona. I write like that. So Portland underwent many changes over the given period. Okay. So now I have a question. Why have not written have undergone? Portland has undergone. Why didn't I write has undergone? Can someone explain this? Why did I write underwent? You know this. I've covered this. No. Elizabeth, tell me the reason. The way I have explained. What's the reason? You know this.
Sir, because time is given
Yes.
in between
Yes.
1918 and
Where did I give the time, honey?
sir, over the given period.
Exactly. See, if because I wrote over the given period, you know, I've given the time over the given period. I'm writing like that. That is why I'm using the word underwent. Is it clear? Otherwise, I would have made it a has undergone. Again, I'm telling you, when you mention the time, use simple past. That's it. Okay. And there's an advantage of this. I'll tell you why I did like this. I can also teach you why I have and gone. Okay. After this, I'm going to write which include. After which include, I'm just going to write the changes. Till here, it's very easy. After that, you need to think and you need to write your changes. So you need to think now and you are going to write your changes. So let's think. Okay, these are the two maps. What I do in the examination, I write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So I'm going to do the same thing. How I did it in the exam, I'm going to show you. Okay, so the first thing that I'm seeing is there was an industrial area here. And instead of the industrial area, there's a multi-story car park, a swimming pool, and a park here. That's going to be my first change. Okay, so removal of the industrial area, and in place, we are constructing all this. Okay, the second change that I can see is a yacht marina has been constructed. Can someone tell me what's a yacht marina? If you can all see yacht marina. You can imagine, look at the diagram and you can think, what's a yacht marina?
Ships and all.
Yes, ships. No, so what's a yacht marina? Ships are there, but what do you think might be a yacht marina? It's a car park. It's like a car park, imagine, but not a car park, a park for, yes, boats. It's a parking for boats. So that will be our second change. Is it clear for everyone? So that's a second change. The third change that I can see is construction of apartments here. Yes, it's a parking for ships. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Then the last change I can see is the removal of the grassland. And instead of removal, we have constructed some shops and a cinema and houses. So that's my fourth change. Okay, there's one more change that I missed here. If you can see, the road has been extended, like the road has been built, a semicircular road has been built along the sea. Right? If you can see that this road wasn't here beforehand, right? Because earlier we didn't need to go to the yacht marina. Now you need to go to the yacht marina. So that road has been built. Okay. Yes. So let's write it now. So I have written 4 changes, but it's a minor change, so I'm ignoring that. Firstly, the removal of the industrial area and the grassland. That will be my first change. Now I think how I'll write. So this thing and this thing have been removed. Okay. Then the second part would be construction of apartments and houses, because that will be construction of residential area. So apartments and houses, I'll take it together. And the third change that I'm going to read is addition of facilities like shops, swimming pool, yacht marina, cinema, etc. You can write. As many facilities are you going to write. So I am dividing my changes into 3 parts. My first part will be the removal. If you look at it, there's no industrial area in 2000. There was no industrial area in 2007. In 1950, there was an industrial area. Similarly, the grasslands were removed. So these are the 2 changes. I combine them in one. The second change that I'm going to write is with the housing. So earlier we didn't have housing for people. Now we have housing. We have apartments here and we have houses here. That will be the second change. You can even add car parking here. Industrial area, car park, and grassland, all 3 have been removed. You can take it together. The third change that I would want to write is that facilities have been added for citizens. Facilities like what? Swimming pool, park, yacht marina, and shops and cinema. All of these facilities were not there in the past, but now they're there. So for me, there are 3 main changes and I'm going to write like that. Okay, so let's do it. Okay. Just hold on 1 second. Okay. That Portland underwent many changes over the given period, which include, let's first write the removal part, which include the removal of the industrial area and grassland, comma. The second change will be construction of residential areas. You can write houses and apartments, construction of residential areas, construction of residences, and addition of facilities for residents like park, like a park, a swimming pool, a yacht marina. Sorry, yacht marina, and so on. That's it. So that's my overall. That's how I'm overview. I'm done with my overview, and that's how I write it. So remember, please don't forget to put this word. The whole thing is dependent upon this word. Don't write industrial area. Write the removal of industrial area. Don't write residences. Write construction of residences. Don't write facilities. Write addition of facilities. So a lot of my students forget this word. So just wanted to make sure that you don't. Okay. And before this word, I also put the construction of residences and the addition of facilities like that. So that makes more sense to me. Is this part clear till now? Overview. If you're clear, we are done with the introduction and the overview.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you write it for the next one. Let's do it. Let's write it for the next one. Okay. So dictate. Let's go one by one. So I start by writing overall. Now I want someone to dictate. What will we write next? What the map is for what? It's for a park. So tell me. What place underwent the changes?
The park.
Yes. You can write it can be seen here. That's not really important. I don't write it sometimes. It is not important. It can be seen at the park. Yes. Next.
Underwent.
Underwent. Next. What did it undergo? What did it witness?
Many changes.
Many changes. And when?
Over the
Throughout
given.
the time.
Over the given period. That's it. Just write over the given period. Okay. Next.
Oral.
What do I write here?
It includes.
Which include. I'm joining the two sentences. That's why I write which include. Okay. What does which mean here, Preeti? Which is being used for?
The changes.
The changes. Very good. Okay. So now think of the changes. Tell me one by one. Let's start. What's the first change?
Trees changed to picnic spot.
Yes. Instead of
Picnic chairs.
yes, they have made a picnic area with chairs and desks and barbecue. So they've cut down some of the trees and they've made a picnic area. So, okay, good. That will be the first change. I agree with that. Next.
And also
Flower area converted in playground.
So the flower garden here has been converted into a playground. Yes. Next.
flowers replaced the bush.
Yeah, the other flower garden, which was in this direction, was converted into a bush, right? Good. Next.
Construction of road.
Yeah, construction of road is changed.
Yeah, but the road was there previously also. So what did they change?
Instead they make space for all of them. For example, picnic area,
No,
playground.
the road was still here. What did they do?
Extended.
Extended the road. So you see, the road was here till here. The path was here. It can be called a path or a road. But they've now extended that path northwards and westwards, eastwards. Yes, good. Next. Vipul is talking about one more change that you're all missing. Think. L shape is here. It was here. It's just extended, Vipul. Here and here. More entrance, nay. See, what they did is they removed the wall. Can you see? there was a wall and there were two gates here. These are gates. You can see these are gates. Now they have removed the wall,
Mhm.
so they don't need the gates. So the wall has been removed. Is it clear? The wall along with the two gates have been removed. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
now, so that we don't forget anything, we are going to write. How do we combine all of them? Firstly, I'll combine these two things. The flower gardens have been replaced. Okay, so they were replaced. So they are no more there. So that will be my first change. Okay. The second change would be a construction of or addition of a picnic area. That will be my second change. Okay. And the third change would be the removal of the boundary wall. So I can combine that removal of the flowers, flower gardens, and the boundary wall. Then I can write addition of a picnic area and then a playground and bushes. Addition of a picnic area, playground, and bushes. So my two changes. I'm only doing two changes. In the first one, I'll talk about the removal. Let's not talk about the extension of the roads. That's not that important. You can leave the unimportant things for the overall. So again, let's talk about all the things that were removed. The flower gardens were removed. And what's the other thing that was removed? The boundary wall. So that will be my first change, the removal thing. My second change will be addition of picnic area and a playground and a bush, playground and bushes. And the third change, I think that's it. I will not read the other, like to write the other changes. So that's all that I'm going to write. Okay, so let's write, which include removal of, which include the removal. I forget this, please don't forget it. Which include the removal of
Boundary walls.
the boundary wall, a key wall, boundary wall, and the other thing that's removed, flower gardens. Yes, flower gardens.
Flower.
Very good. Yes. Now I'll write flower gardens because how many gardens are there?
2 gardens.
Two
Two.
gardens.
Okay. And what's the second change?
And the construction of
And the construction of. Very good.
playground,
Yes, construction of a playground. Okay, of a playground. Next. What else?
picnic area,
Very good. Okay. Picnic area.
Picnic and barbecue area.
Picnic area, my barbecue, I was thinking, barbecue is what? Picnic. Picnic is what? Someone tell the definition of picnic. What's a picnic? Tell me, you all know the meaning. What's a picnic?
people go outside and enjoy, play,
Enjoy
play
what?
some games, eat food.
Eat
In
food.
the park.
Eating food is important. When you go have food outside your home, I think that's a picnic. That's my definition. If you're going outside, like in an outside area, it's not done in a restaurant. So you're giving outdoor. So barbecue is what? Barbecue is also a thing related to food. So if you write a picnic area, you don't need to write barbecue. It comes in that. A picnic area. We'll just make it a broad construction of a playground and a picnic area. And anything else that we want to write?
Bush,
Bush ka kya? Bush ka kya? What happened to a bush?
flowers are
Bush area.
At. Stay at.
Tell me a verb. Tell me a verb for bush. What did we do?
Bushes.
It's not like what did we construct the bush? What is a bush?
bush
Bush
grew
is
at the
plant.
place of flowers.
Yeah,
Planted.
plant would be a good word. And planting of a bush. Planting of bushes. Or bush. Okay, it's fine. Planting of bushes. It should be bushes actually. So it would be better. So that's it. That's what I would write. Is this part clear? Plant would be the best word, yes. Planting of bushes. Are you clear? How do I write my overview? Introduction and overview should be clear till now. Okay. Don't overthink. If you're not comfortable with one thing, Like you're thinking simple past and present perfect is confusing me. Leave it, just write in one tense. Okay, just don't write the wrong thing. That's it. Just write one. You don't need to write both. Just write one. Okay. Can we move forward?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
So now we go to paragraph 1, and that's where I'll end. I'll cover the paragraph 1 and then I'll end it for today. And then tomorrow we'll cover the paragraph 2. Okay. So my paragraph 1 is the simplest way I do it. I do not make anything. I do not try to make things complicated. Okay. So I hope you also don't do it. So I'll start with in detail in the year 1. So I'll write in 1980. That's how I start. Okay, so now I do what? I explain everything where it is located. I will not use the words constructed, built, anything, because these things were already there. So you're just going to write in 1980, trees were located here, there was a flower garden here, there was a flower garden here, there was a pond here, benches. So you're going to just pick one thing and tell the location. Nothing else is required. Pick one thing, tell its location, move forward. That's it. You're going to do that for all the things. It's a good idea to start with the best thing possible. So I would say I'll start with the starting is important. What I mean to say is don't start with the trees. Don't start with the flower garden. Pick the boundary wall and the gates. That's an appropriate way to start. This your starting should be with the entrance or the gates or something like that. Don't start with the random one thing. Don't pick up a random thing and then go about from them. So let's start with the boundary wall. In detail, in 1940, the park was surrounded by, tell me, by a, let's just,
Boundary.
boundary wall, yes. With what? And the boundary wall had two something. What are the two things?
2 gates.
With 2 gates. Can you tell me the location of the gates? Where are the 2 gates?
Southern gate and western gate.
So one is in the west and one is in the, and the other is in
South.
the south. One in the west and the other in the east. Is this clear?
South.
South, sorry. Yes, I also make mistakes. Okay, let's move forward. Next, what are you going to talk about next? Let's talk about gates. Something is connecting those gates. What is connecting those gates?
Count.
Boundary walls.
Close.
No. What is this? Can't you see this connecting?
Road.
Road. Or
Lane.
Road.
what do you expect inside a park? Do you expect there to be a road inside a park, or what do you expect? What do we call something inside the park?
Path.
Path. A path would be a better word, right? We don't want people driving inside the parks. So we have a path. And there was a path which joined the 2 gates. Okay. And you can, okay, next. Now tell me, what's the next thing you want to cover?
Picnic area, sir.
Picnic area. No, we are not looking at the second graph. We are looking only at the first map, not at the second map. Look at the first map only and tell me things. We talked
Trees.
about trees, okay. So what are you going to say? Tell. In the which corner?
Northeast corner.
Okay. In the northeast corner, there were some trees. Good. Perfect. Okay, done. Now let's talk about the next thing.
Flowers.
Flower gardens. Okay, where are the flower gardens? People, we can use the word track as well. Tell me the location of the flower gardens.
Sir, southeast corner.
South.
Southeast and there are two, right? One is in the southeast, the other is
In southwest.
very good. There were two flower gardens, one in the southwest, one and the other in the southwest. And there were two flower gardens. One in the southeast and the other in the southwest. Okay, next. What do you want to talk about next? What's remaining?
Ponds and bench.
Yeah, where is the pond and bench?
Just above the second garden.
To the north of flower garden.
Which flower garden?
Near
It's near what? Is it? It's closest to what?
Southwest
uh,
or in the center of
East garden, not East gates.
Yeah, it's close to the western gate. I would have written the direction next to the western gate, just next to the like gate, next to the just
Mm.
besides the western gate. I would have written, and finally, beside the western gate, there was a pond and some benches. That's it. We are done. Now I'll teach you a variety, but that's how I write it. It's as simple as that. I go one by one, I pick one thing and then I write it. It's very important to go pick the right starting. If you don't pick the right starting, you end up getting confused. For example, you can't start with flower gardens. It's not a good idea. So start with the right thing. That's all that you need to be careful about here. Okay. So, is it clear or is there any doubt?
Clear.
Clear. Okay. Okay, let's move next. Just hold on 1 second. Okay. Now let's do the last thing. What's the last thing that I wanted to cover? Tell me. What's the last thing? Variety. So connectors. No, connectors, yes, but there's also variety. I want to teach you about variety, how to make different types of sentences. For example, if you look at it, I made all the sentences in one way. Can you tell me what's the one way I'm making my sentences? There was a path. There were two flower gardens. There was a pond. Can you see the similarity?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it's okay. First of all, don't be worried. You can repeat this sentence. It doesn't grab a lot of attention. For example, you didn't pay attention that much, all of you. But I'll show you some alternatives to do it also. Okay, so the first alternative that I say use is, let's pick this sentence. Okay, so the sentence is, there were two flower gardens, one in the southeast and the other in the southwest. Okay. So instead of writing there were two flower gardens, what we are going to write is 2 flower gardens were located. Instead of located, you can also use the word present inside the park. One in the southeast, and the other in the southwest. So that's another variety that I use. I only use it once, but I do use it. My main sentence remains there were, but I use it like that. 2 flower gardens were located inside the park, one in the southeast and the other in the southwest. Is this sentence clear? How do I write this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And the last way I write this, one more way I'm going to teach you. And these are the 3 ways I write my sentences, and that's it. That's the variety part. Okay. The park had 2 flower gardens. One in the southeast and the other in the southwest. The last part is kind of the same. It gets repeated back to back. But this is what changes. There were 2 flower gardens. 2 flower gardens were located inside the park. The park had 2 flower gardens. So all of them you can see the variety. I used this once, located sentence once, and the had sentence once. That's the sentence that I use to bring in variety. If it's clear, then you are done with the overall, you're done with the first paragraph, and you're done with the like the introduction. Connectors, yes, I'll cover, but that's it. Otherwise, you're done with this part, the sentence formation part. Is anything a problem, then ask. Otherwise, we are done here. The first PP.
Yes, sir, clear.
Clear? Okay. So if it's clear, make the 3 sentences for the pond and the bench. Okay, tell me. Make all the 3 sentences. The first one, make. There was a
There's this exists one
there was a
pond
pond.
bench
There was a pond and benches where
near of West
there was
Gates.
next to the western gate. Very good. Next to the western gate. Very good. Done. Okay. The second one.
A pond and some benches were located
A pond and some benches were located where?
next to the
Very good. Next to the western gate. Okay. Finally, the third one.
In the park.
Yes.
In
In
the park. A pond and benches.
A pond and benches
Were located.
we already made that sentence were located.
Or next to the Western Gates.
No.
the park had pond and
Yes. You have to start with the park had. The park had a pond,
And benches
benches where
next
next
to
to the
Western
the
Gate.
west. So these are the 3 ways I make my sentences. Are they clear?
Yes.
Okay. That's it. That's it pretty much. There's nothing else here. So let's come to the connectors, and that's pretty much it. If I have to write in addition, I just put it. For example, here I'm joining with the last sentence because in the first sentence I mentioned the gates, and I'm continuing with the gates, so I don't need a connector. Here I'll put a connector like in addition because I'm coming to a new thing. When you are continuing forward, like for example, you're talking about the wall and the gates, and in the next sentence also you're talking about the gates, you don't need a connector. When you come to the next thing, then you're going to write in addition. In the northeast corner, there were some trees. there were two flower gardens, one in the southwest and one in the southeast. The other thing I want to tell here is it's not like a process. In the process, we use connectors after every sentence. Don't put connectors after every sentence in a map. You don't need connectors after every sentence. So we used a connector here in addition. I would not use a connector here. And finally, when I come to the last sentence, I use the connector finally. And or lastly, you can use it. So these are the 2-3 connectors I use. The first one is in detail. In the middle, I put somewhere in addition, and then finally. That's my first PP. There are no other connectors. That's the first PP. We'll continue with the second PP tomorrow. Till then, I'll give you a map to write. You can write the introduction, the overview, and the first PP. If you make mistakes in that, then I'll understand what are you not getting and what I didn't teach well. But for that, you have to write it down. So after 7 o'clock, I'll give it to you. You write it down and I'll come to know. Tomorrow we'll cover the second maybe. That's it. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, I'm ending the class here and I'll start the next class at 6:30. Any doubts?
You are taking another class?
Yes, I'll take the reading class.
Okay, I had written that this will be the only class. I thought you would be.
No, I'll take it. I'll take.
long class. Okay.
If I'll take the reading class at 6:30.
So you can post it in the group now that the reading class will be at 6:30.
Okay, I'll post it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Welcome. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No.
Mom, can you post a map for them to write? Just hold on. Okay, we'll start the next class at 6:30. I'll end it here. I hope you understood maps. They're very easy.
Where do I post the map? Only for these students, na? Where do I post
for these
it?
students. Only for these students.
Don't end the class. I'll post it in the chat so that they can download it. It will not
Okay.
be in the group.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll make you the
Just put-
host. I'll
Yes.
make you the host.
Yes.
Okay.